Hello everyone, I'm Adrian and today I'm going to show you how to take awesome pictures with your iPhone by mastering the right settings and techniques. Before we get into it, I'm using an iPhone 14 Pro, so some of the options may not be available on older iPhones, but as long as you're using an iPhone 12 Pro and newer, you should have similar options. The first step to capturing amazing photos on your iPhone is understanding the settings, so let's start with the basics. First of all, let's activate the grid. The grid will help you compose better. Composition is the bones of a photography, so understanding how it works will elevate your photography game to the next level. Alright, the next thing we'll activate is in the section formats. The most important thing that is going to matter the most is activating ProRAW and resolution control. If you have an iPhone 14 Pro or better, you'll be able to pick the 48 megapixel option, which will give you a much higher quality picture in good light. But keep in mind that it's going to take more space in your phone and process the picture longer, so that's why we're gonna need to prioritize faster shooting as well. Next setting I use is macro control, and this is an important one because it lets you disable auto macro mode so the phone doesn't switch to the ultra wide lens when it thinks you want a macro shot. Now, the most important part is to preserve the settings so they don't reset themselves every time you open the camera app. We'll go into preserve settings and take macro control, exposure adjustment, night mode, portrait zoom and ProRAW. Next, we're going to deactivate live photo on night mode because you don't want these to turn on automatically every time you open the camera app. For the exposure, I feel like the iPhone is always trying to overexpose, so we'll set it to -0.7 because I think it works the best for the iPhone. By holding down on RAW, you'll be able to choose the resolution and the camera settings. If you want to edit the pictures later, then you should always choose RAW Max or RAW 12, depending on the lighting conditions. Next, we'll go into portrait mode, because that's the mode you're going to be using most of the time, since it will help you get a much more cinematic looking picture. Portrait mode works the best with a telephoto camera, which is your 2 and 3x cameras. It will help you create a more professional looking picture because of the tighter aperture of a lens itself. As for the 1x camera, you only want to use it for landscapes. For portraits, camera shots or close-ups, you'll always want to use the 2x and the 3x camera on your phone. Now, let's hop into Lightroom so I can show you how to edit your pictures. So here's a few pictures I took today, and what's good about the ProRAW is it strips all the auto processing from the pictures to give you a more natural looking photo that you can edit to your liking, so that's what we're going to do. So we'll start with this picture. What we're gonna do first is lower the highlights. As you can see, already looks much better. What we're gonna do next is going to tone curve. And what you wanna do here is basically shape like an S. And it's gonna add a lot of contrast to a picture. You can see here, before and the after. It already looks much better, but what we also can do is go into color, grading, and add a bit of blues to the shadows for a cinematic look, and that's how it looks now. What you also can do is use presets in Lightroom, like this one here, gives you a totally different look. So this is how I create professional looking photos on my iPhone. It's really just a two-step process. First, you get your settings right. Second, you bring it to Lightroom to give it a certain look. And that's it basically. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time.